Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our national anthem.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Maryland Jockey Club at Laurel Park for a Saturday edition of Today at the Races. I'm Dan Ullman along with the ace, Keith Fustel. We've got 9 on today's card, but some exciting stuff yesterday at Laurel Park. The first 2 career winners for 17-year-old 10-pound apprentice rider Yedzit Hazelwood. The future looks very bright.
Oh, looks extremely bright. And we discussed up in the press box, I've been calling charts for probably over 30 years. He's as good as I've seen. Coming in here at a 10-pound apprentice, really, really impressive. I know he didn't break through until yesterday, but we saw the promise, no doubt. We saw the talent on display leading into yesterday's win. So, man, really, really bright future in store for Yedzit Hazelwood.
Both winners for his mentor, trainer Jose Corrales, who had 3 winners on the card. Weston Hamilton rode the last race. He swept the late pick 3. Wild Vine, 90 Beyer speed figure, first off the Jamie Ness claim.
That was really, really good. Tucked in off the rail, but behind rivals, was able to work outward around the turn. And we saw a little bit, a touch of an outside lean yesterday. Horses did circle 4-5 wide. I know Addie's Laddie TNT did make that rail move to get it done, but sustained at Wild Vine. Looked good doing it first off the claim. You usually don't get that kind of price on Ness off the claim.
Preakness right around the corner. Not only is it the Preakness, it's Preakness 150. A really historic occasion here in Maryland. Tickets on sale, Preakness.com. Always excitement for the Preakness, of course, the second jewel of racing's Triple Crown, and the last one at Old Hilltop.
Last one at Old Hilltop. It's going to be a memorable one, no doubt. Definitely going to. It's going to be a little sad for me, you know. I spent so many years there. I had some great times with some great family members, my dad, my uncle, all of their friends, you know, guys that unfortunately have passed on to a better place. And, but I'm definitely looking forward to this last meet at the Old Hilltop.
And we prepare for Preakness 150 with Preakness Preview Day at Laurel Park, Saturday, April the 19th. Not only are there win and you're in races, automatic entries to the Preakness for the winner of the Federico Tessio, automatic entry to the Black Eyed Susan for the winner for the Weber City Miss, other stakes races on the card as well. We'll have some turf racing by then, weather permitting, and also the handicapping challenge. $500 buy-in, a hybrid contest. Show up at Laurel Park on Saturday to sign in, or register online. Cash prizes, 2 Preakness tickets to the winner, as well as a berth to either the Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge or the NHC, the 2 most prestigious handicapping contests in the world. The winner of the NHC took down almost $1 million.
Yeah, a lot. That's big, real big. And if you've never gotten yourself involved in one of these tournaments, what a great time to do it. go look at the format. You know, it's simple enough for a guy like me to get involved in play. I don't think I'm allowed to, but anyhow, but it's something that I think you will definitely enjoy first time around, and hopefully you get involved, do well, and you're back again and again and again.
9 races on today's program. Let's take a look at the weather conditions. So far, the rain, we've held off the rain.
Yeah.
It's drizzling right now, but the track is in good shape. It's fast. It's 60 degrees. The temperature should be up to about the low 70s today, and we're hoping we get through the card without the rain, which is expected later tonight.
Okay, yeah, that would be very, very good. I saw a little scrapage of the rail just about a half hour, 40 minutes ago. Track looks in great condition. As I said yesterday, I thought a touch outer lean. We'll see if it plays like that today, but I'm ready to roll. I do like some horses on today's card. One of the first days in a while, you know, that I'm kind of, you know, I'm ready to send it in a little bit more than usual.
We've got our mandatory payout on the Super Jackpot Super High Five. No minimum bets for the Jackpot Super High Five, and it's got to go today. Already $4,150 in the kitty, and first post time today. Keep in mind, 12:08. We go 2 minutes earlier than usual. Race number 1. Let's take a look at it right now. Starter optional claiming race, $24,000 is the purse. We're going a mile and a 16th. Toledo will ride the number 1, Morning Thoughts. We've got a good field of 8 hard-hitting horses in here, and it's the first leg of our early value pick 5 with a low 12% takeout. We thank everybody who's been supporting this value pick 5. Handle's been good. It can be better, though. Listen, you want to take advantage of low takeout. It's more money in your pocket.
You've got an opportunity here early, late. I mean, hey, hit the late one, get on out of Dodge, and bring it back the next racing day. But a 12% takeout. Man, 50-cent minimum play. Let's take a look at my early value pick 5 ticket. It's a $16 ticket, very reasonable. I had a couple scratches, which allowed me to single a horse in this sequence. I like the 7 in race 3, as you can see. We're going to start it out with the 4 and the 8 in the opener. Now, it's a $16 ticket. If you're going to add the 1, 2, 3, I think in here, they definitely have a shot. I just wanted to keep it reasonable, but probably still within reason for a lot of players. But I think the horse to beat is El Delary right here for Robbie Bale. So we'll start with that. Race 2, the 1 and the 6, tops the charts and greener pastures. Single in race number 3 with the 7 head of the class. Gets a major assist with Karma's in the house out. Also scratched the 2 Pelote Comete and the 3 Winning Trip. Race 4. Yeah, spread race for me here. I thought about singling Royal Seamstress. I don't know if I can trust her just enough. I go 3, 4, 6, and 7. Race 5. Wrap it up. 1 and 7, Woohoo Jackie Blue, and the 7, Marvelous. Another tricky race because I think the 1, 2, 4, and 7, super, super close. Any way you chop this race up, if you can spread there, please do so. But we're going to do a little $16 take, a little framework to get you started.
And we'll start things off with your top selection in race number 1. Our top selection, the 4 El Delary. I believe he's a horse to watch on our Laurel Park handicapping guide. Free every racing day, laurelpark.com/picks. Lots of great information. El Delary was chasing a really sharp horse last time out. Everett Song's been unbeatable recently.
And involved in a pretty good flow as well. 23-2 second quarter, if I'm doing my math right. Yeah, it was good. We can go to a video spotlight of 2 races back as well. And El Delary to be interesting to see today. He's been a little bit keen in his races. Will he go ahead and go? This is the race involving Fun Loving Criminal, who's also in here number 8 today. But Fun Loving Criminal this afternoon got away slowly. That's right. That was the most recent race for Fun Loving Criminal. That's my bad, guys. But going back to El Delary real quick, I think he'll take a stalking position off of Morning Thoughts and Uncle Irish. Fun Loving Criminal could be the main competitor here. Off slow that day. Was herded out a little bit by El Delary. 2 races back on his page. He gets the flow in here, I think, today. I'm not really terribly concerned about the outer post for him going second off the claim. Now, Farrier has done a little bit better second off the claim recently in Maryland with the sprinters. Not as much on the dirt, but we did have another stat for Fun Loving Criminal and Farrier.
We do allowance to claiming for the last 10. That's a pretty good number with a positive return on investment of $2.12. While El Delary we know is going to be forwardly placed, if not outright on the lead. Something tells me Uncle Irish is going to be forward as well. Fun Loving Criminal has a tendency to break slow. That might be okay with this outside post because he's not going to be forced wide. You're going to take him back, try to save as much ground, and then hope that the flow is is going to be there, but he's going to have to make up ground on El Delari. You should have to jump from him turning for home. Talk me on to Master of None, because you know something, he's a good closer.
He is. He's a good closer. You see the comment last time against El Delari, Alvey, and the rest. Bump, squeeze back, break, caught 5 wide on the turn. Well, just to his inside, I think, are 2 speed horses, and Morning Thoughts and Uncle Irish going to be forward. I think it allows him, with a fairly decent break, to just stay inside. It got it done 2 races back at the 2 turns. Gets in a little bit light here. I think Master of None can just kind of sit back, churn on, and grab a piece if things get contested up front. Good number, too, 20-1 morning line.
I like this move for the 2 Uncle Irish, second off a long layoff for Jamie Ness, and I think it was a good fitness builder last time out where he was pressing the winner in the early portion of that race, and then he understandably tired. It was his first race off, 9 months. The 6 finisher from that race then came back on to 71 Beyer speed figure. He fits with these horses. With that last race under his girth, I think he'll be better, but I do think El Delari is in sharp form right now, and again, gets the jump on the true closers. We're both going 4-8, 4-8-3-2 for Keith, 4-8-2-1 for me in the opener at Laurel Park on Saturday. Let's move on to race number 2. Race number 2 is at 1 mile and a 16th. Got some familiar names in this race, some hard-hitting horses. It's another starter allowance / optional claimer again at 1 mile and a 16th. First leg of the early 50-cent pick 4. 50-cent pick 4s have been paying well lately, and again, this is a very competitive group.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a field of 6, but it's highly competitive. Ricciot's going to have to step it up a little bit off the break if he's going to get seriously involved, in my opinion. But I tell you, on his best, he can definitely make a dent into this race. But I really like the 1, tops the charts. This is going to go first time off the claim, protected here for Kieran McGee. Draws inside. This is a horse, Dan, when he's right. He's got speed, he's got stamina, he's got fight. I know Sagrada Ray is going to be probably sharp, a little bit freshened up and ready to go, but I think tops the chart can stay close and maybe grind. When he's right, he's really, really good, and I like this move. A little fresh and a couple works for Kieran.
Now, Kieran off the claim is always very, very dangerous. You're right about the tactical speed, and he draws an advantageous post. He won't be too far away from your projected leader, and that's my top selection, the number 4, Sagrada Ray. Sagrada Ray wanted the lead last time, but the horse that made the lead just beat the gate and got the jump on him and forced Sagrada Ray to take a seat in the pocket in a race where they ran 1, 2, 3 all the way around. He tried an inside-out grinding move, and he ran okay. I just think he's better when he's up top, and I think in this race there's a chance, if tops the chart isn't too aggressively ridden, that Sagrada Ray can make the lead for Gary Capp. Let's talk a little bit about greener pastures in here for Jamie Rodriguez. We have a video spotlight.
Yeah, this horse isn't off a break like Uncle Irish, but a little bit similar. Look like he's coming back towards a better number, closer to a top number. This was his only try at Laurel Park. We go back to December the 6th, and this was a good one. You draw the 8 post, and this is a horse that usually likes to be fairly close, stalking the pace, overcomes a 4 to 3 wide trip and sustains into this flow. They weren't going lightning fast, but decent enough. Goes on the attack here and just grinds it out. Left lead here past the 8th pole, but greener pastures, this is a horse really good 2024. 5 for 9, comes back in 25. 2 for 3 on the board. I think hedging back to a really good effort with tops the charts and Sagrada Ray out to provide a little bit of flow. I'm not worried about the 6 post again. This horse shouldn't be caught too terribly wide. Will make a run. I think he improves off of that most recent race at Parks on the sloppy track.
Let's talk a little bit about your analysis in here. The number 3, the 9-5 morning line favorite. Your analysis didn't break the best last time out, and then you got wired by odds-on Secret Zipper last time out. You can make the argument that this drop in class is really what the doctor ordered.
It is. His numbers have stayed pretty consistent. He's just a touch flat. I think this is kind of what he needs to come down just a little bit. Again, well placed. He doesn't have the speed of the 1 or the 4, but again, I think he might have a little bit more tactical speed than Joe. Let's see what he's like freshened off the bench. But your analysis, this is a right move. He's kind of got that steady closing style. Could be a player in here. Numbers still stack up. Even his recent bat number 75. Could be good enough to win this race.
Yeah, the last time he was in for a starter optional, he won. So this is a winning level for him. And what do you do with Joe? A hard-trying horse, a stakes winner on turf and on dirt, but his career has been plagued by layoff lines. He fits very well at this class level, and it is Jamie Ness.
Yeah, he's gonna have to have his running shoes on. These are some quality horses in here, but there's an angle I like. He's second time gelding dirt. That's good too. Freshened up. We've seen the ability either surface for Joe, a player. And going back to tops of the charts real quick, this owner-trainer combination, Dan, has been very good over recent years. I got him 4 for 13, 31% with a 357 ROI. Had my mama run second yesterday off the claim. Durr and McGee, when those two to get together, they usually pay dividends.
1623. Keith likes tops the chart
Yes.
off the claim. 4326. I like Sagrada Ray potentially making the lead. It'll be a nice showdown.
I think those two could just kind of line up. Sorry, Dan. I
No.
think they might just line up around the racetrack. There's a possibility if they don't go too crazy through that opening half.
Well, we'll move on to race number 3. It is a maiden claimer, 40 down to 32. Maryland breds eligible for the $50,000 price. We're going to scratch the 2, the 3, and the 5. That'll leave us with a field of 5. And a lot of the main protagonists in this race are scratched, but one of them is your single in your early value pick 5, and that is the 7, head of the class, ridden by Yetzit Hazelwood.
Yeah, that certainly works for me. I saw that. I said, okay. Oh, Yetzit, he's going to be busy. He's going to be really, really busy moving forward. Unfortunately, I lose a little price here, but I think the job might have gotten a little bit easier for my top selection. Karma's in the house, who scratched, has some serious speed. Winning Trip had a little bit as well. I thought he was going to force these. The head of the class is fresh. Coming up from Florida, I can see they tried to get down there to Florida, run at Tampa, and chased a pretty decent horse around that racetrack. Winning Buyer last time out, a 76. That horse came back, I think, yesterday. Won at Gulfstream for a 25 to win life. Head of the class is quick. Interesting run, Horseshoe Indy to Timonium, the Delaware. Been all over the map, settled in with Kieran. Right to the front today, please, and let's keep on going.
Yeah, I agree. He's going to go right to the front with the weight off, with the apprentice aboard. That could help him stay the trip. And we also have a positive trainer stat for who else? Kieran McGee. First after trainer switch, first after a layoff, on the dirt, 33%, a $5.80 ROI. Head of the class, should be at the head of the field at the half-mile pole. The filly in here is Meg, taking on the boys, and she ran against the boys last time out, and she ran okay. She got up for second behind a runaway debut winner, a horse that was very, very impressive. And this trainer-jockey combination has been doing very well lately. Forest Boys, Tim Keefe, they scored with Lazy Days back on March the 23rd. That's a maiden that went off at 10-1. Maybe these scratches hurt Meg a little bit because, I think she needs a little bit of pace to run at.
I think, right, and you don't want her to maybe move too soon, because I do think head of the class is going to be able to stretch his speed a little further and take you a little further. So May going to need to be a well-timed run, I think, from just off of it by Forest Boys. But who else would you rather? She's as good as anybody in the country when it comes to that. Work Hard intrigues me a little bit. The one, you've got this horse into the mix as well. Hasn't been seen for a while. Turf to dirt, only the second time, right, going the 6 furlong distance. But back numbers, company works for me. Again, I would have liked to see some of this other speed stay in, but I think this horse is sneaky good to make a run into it.
J-Rod aboard for Gary Capuano. Remember, Hazelwood at his choice. Work Hard, head of the class. He goes to head of the class. Work Hard. Wonder how much upside is left after 13 starts, but he's going to be fresh off the layoff for a great trainer, and he is steady. 9 out of 13 on the board. Keith's hoping to go wire to wire. 7, 1, 6, and 4. I'm going Girl Power. The 6 Meg against the boys. 6, 7, 1, 8 in race number 3 at Laurel Park. Let's move on to race number 4. We're going 5.5 furlongs for an $18,000 purse. 7,500 down to 6 beaten claimers, some hard-hitting fillies and mares, and again, some familiar names in here. This is the first leg of our 20-cent Chesapeake Pick 6. Carryover, we're getting there. $877 right now. 20% takeout on the Chesapeake Pick 6. Let's start things off with Royal Seamstress. Keith, that's your top selection, the number 3 in this race. She faced Neolithica last time out, and Neolithica came back and ran a corker yesterday.
She ran really big, a 67 buyer. Also, that horse second came back to win, back to a fast track for Royal Seamstress. I would have thought she'd run a little bit better, even with trouble against that group. But you know what? Reunited with Torrealba. Got the best out of her a few races back. I think it was 3 back on the page with that 71 buyer, where she sat back a little bit further than I usually thought she would really like to be, and made that run sustainable. Some little bit of questionable speed. I speak your mind very quick early. I definitely, she's going to take them out there for the first 3, 3/8 of a mile to a half a mile. Tamchar to make maybe that early move. I think just with a patient ride. Royal who seems to be tailing off a little bit, but might just get that confidence back with the drop today.
I'm a little concerned that my top pick, the 6 Beach Island, is going to find 5.5 a bit sharp, but I thought she ran okay last time out. She was wired by favored Lavisa, and while Lavisa did not run well as the favorite yesterday, that was a pretty quick pace Beach Island was chasing. 23-3, 23-3, up close to that pace, over and behind horses in the stretch. Wouldn't have won with a clean trip, but Beach Island, I think, is sort of cycling back into her best form. This will be her fourth start off of a long layoff. Just something tells me that this horse has enough tactical speed to stay within range.
That's what I got. Race back into shape. And, if the chasers are there, they're going to be there. Tamchar, speak your mind. The flow will be there. Yes, I think a patient ride from Crispin could get it done.
Draw a line through the last race from the 7, Utterly Enchanting. This 10-year-old tried to angle in sharply on the rail, took a bad step. Jock did the absolute right thing. Took care of this old-timer. Nice to see him back in the entries, her back in the entries, and we know that on her best day, Utterly Enchanting can win this.
Well, we've chased her a lot of times. The numbers tailing just a little bit. But again, suspect speed, I believe, in here. Race sets up well for Utterly Enchanting. Yep.
What is the speed situation in here? Because we know Tamchar has been quick recently, but also can win from off the pace. Speak Your Mind's very fast also.
I just think, yes. I think if they break cleanly Speak Your Mind with the X-Man gone to the front, I think she can go ahead and clear in here. But Tamchar, last time was keyed up. She went, but got away 47 for the half. I think it might be a little bit quicker here with Speak Your Mind. I think Yetsit will just have to kind of make that first move into it. But she can kind of stay, I think, after making that movement turn.
I agree with you. I think that Speak Your Mind might be quick. 22-1 opening quarter last time. Now, both of those horses ran against Feiner's Fillets recently. The others came back and looked really good, winning the finale and completing the Jose Corrales late pick 3 on Friday. 4 down, 5 to go on a Saturday card at Laurel Park. We'll be back in a moment.
Baltimore! To the city of Baltimore, to all the fans watching around the world, riders up!
They're off in the Preakness.
All eyes of the world will be on Baltimore.
They're head and head. Seabiscuit leads by a length. Seabiscuit is the winner.
And it was a powerhouse race again by the big, strong Secretariat.
Sunday Silence takes the lead at the quarter pole.
American Pharaoh, phenomenal in the Preakness.
And the filly did it! Rachel Alexandra! Here is Smarty Jones. He wins the Preakness by a dozen lengths.
She's the brave, wins the Preakness.
Welcome back to Today at the Races. I'm Dan. He's Keith. We're getting set for the last 5 races on our Saturday card. Beginning with race number 5, we're going a demanding 1 1/8. Another starter optional claimer for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. 7 horses in this race. It is the first leg of our late value pick 5. Low, 12% takeout, 50-cent minimum wager. Our Mackenzie Pfeiffer has a ticket.
Yeah, let's see what she's got today. A $42 ticket. And she starts us with a single. Again, she's been good when she does this, and she gets these singles home. Going to need to do it with the 9-5 morning line favorite, Woohoo Jackie Blue. Race 6, 2 deep with the 3 and the 6. On a proud note, yes, will be a short price. Pawtucket Shuffle. It's a horse we have some info on as well. A little stat. Seems to be improving right now. Race 7, 1, 2, and 3. Night Preacher, I like that one. Who Says So? Going to offer some value at a 10-1 morning line. And Fear Nothing, 3-2 on the line. First Lasix for Hammy Smith. Race 8. Sees this is a really tough race as well. In race 8 at 1.16 for the fillies and mares. The allowance to take all in race number 8. She goes with everybody there. Finishes it up. Race 9 with the 3 and the 6 paperback edition. She's a gem out of that same race. They are the proven speeds. Let's see if they can stay. $42.
Max single in the first leg. The number 1, Woohoo Jackie Blue. That's our top selection as well. We have a video spotlight for Woohoo Jackie Blue and Social Lady, the stablemates.
Yes, the stablemate, Social Lady, back into the barn of Jamie Ness. And Woohoo Jackie Blue was at a decent little trip in between horses. Going to move to a very slim lead. Ginger Girl inside. Social Lady, who I like this day, loomed very large, overland trip just to hang a touch late. But watch this coming to the wire, Dan.
Woohoo Jackie Blue, Social Lady, a little bit of a herd out right here. Ginger Girl was not penalized by the stewards. I don't blame. It was a very tough call. Ginger Girl, though, drifting out a little bit. Woohoo Jackie Girl was kind of drifting out under left-handed urging in her own right. You could make the argument that if she doesn't get herded out, she wins that race. But Woohoo Jackie Blue, who, while she has won a couple of races in the past, has come up short in a couple as well. I love her tactical speed. I like this inside post. And I like the fact that A, she's going to get the jump on her main competition, Marvelous, and B, she's won it a mile and an eighth, albeit on turf.
Yes, she's proven going a mile and an eighth. Her and Social Lady, similar styles. They still give a little edge to Woohoo Jackie Blue at the mile and an eighth distance. I think Social Lady, she had dead aim there at the one-turn mile. A little different here at the mile and an eighth, 2 turns, but she's going to have to be able to work out a very good trip, saving a lot of ground to enhance her late run. Vini's Waltz is interesting here for Hugh McMahon. I went back and watched that race again. She got better as the race went on, and she sustained. He put this horse under a ride, probably going about to the half-mile pole. Generous rail opening, got through and kicked away, coming back off the win. I think she's dangerous here. I don't think her style at a mile and eighth certainly works.
Beat a couple of next out winners in that race, and I love this move. I know she was in her first level allowance, but it's not like she ran a super fast race. She really fits offered for the $30,000 starter optional tag in this race. I want to talk a little bit about Marvelous. You scored out on this horse at $12 last time out. Beautiful ride from Victor Carrasco that day, who decided, I'm not going to go very wide. I'm going to stay inside. The hole opened up, and that was the Marvelous of old. She fires in a stretch.
That was it. Can she come back? Can she pair up these races? That's what we've been looking for here now at the age of 7. But when she's good, she's really good. She's one of 2 other than. Okay? I mean, you look at some of these other. She's faced, I think, the better competition all in all. Outer post didn't matter last time. She settles. She makes her run. She's got to move forward. Just maybe even a touch, I think, off of her last. Just a little bit, because she's got to prove to me she can pair up. And you know what? You give her a little excuse 3 races back. You know, the Lasix off, 2 back try, just a little too tough. But she's in the right company here. I think her and the 7. I mean, her and the 1 on their best. They're the best 2 in here.
But there doesn't seem to be a ton of pace in this race, and I'm curious as to your opinion. Conquest Dancer has to be the speed, right? Stretching out from 6 furlongs to a mile and an eighth. This horse has won around 2 turns in the past. It was only a mile race at Thistledown, but showed she could handle the 2 turns. Is there a chance that Conquest Dancer just struts out there, drops a 51.5 on everybody, and sprints on home to kick off the late value pick 5, bombs away?
And knocks our girl right out of it. I don't know. It's going to be tough for her. I think if she's going to get it done, it's going to have to be on the front end against this group, because if they kind of engage her mid-turn on the final turn, quarter pole, I don't know if she's going to be able to hold to that pressure.
1742 for Keith, 1724 for me, 1 single for Mackenzie Pfeiffer in the late value pick 5. Here's race number 6, 6 furlongs, 12.5 down to 10. Big field of 10. It is the first leg of a pick 4 wager, 50-cent pick 4 wager, but it is also our jackpot super high 5 event. We do have a carryover of $4,150, and why the super high 5 jackpot is important today is it's a mandatory payout, no minimum wagers. Let's get going on these jackpot super high 5 again. It's got to go.
Got to go. $41.50 to get you started. It'll be well more than that once we finish. Race 6, we're going to have a heavy favorite in here. We'll go to the video spotlight horse number 3 on a proud note for Mike Trombetta.
This is On a Proud Note's first race in about 142 days. Got bumped a little bit leaving the break and is tracking outside. Just makes a nice, smooth, wide outside move. And she's going to be right in the thick of things turning for home. And I'm not sure whether it was the layoff that just got to her, or maybe she hung a little bit, or maybe she was just a little bit green. But I think On a Proud Note, considering the layoff, ran very well, earned a very strong buyer speed figure. A little bit late to change leads in here, but a good performance.
Yeah, and she's back second in Lasix, has that race on her belt, and she simply just ran faster than pretty much everybody in here, and she's going to be a very, very short price, right? Switched over to that correct lead, leaving mid-stretch, and kept on willingly to the wire. Here's a stat.
Trombi's heating up between March 15th and March 30th, 5 for 20, 25%, big 361 ROI. The horse that beat her last time out came back, ran 3rd, and now winners a 2-claimer over at Charlestown. Popped the 40 buyer speed figure. On a Proud Note figures. Does she have such an edge that you want to really play her here at a short price. We're looking for some alternatives. You like the 9 Indies Universe. Kevin Gomez takes them out.
Yeah, takes them out. I think this one's got a shot. We've seen some of these horses off the synth, stamina build-up, shortening, turning back. Comes into the barn for Kerry Raven. And Kerry Raven, I had a little stat here over the last few years, 7 for 28. She's got a knack with the maiden claimers on the main track. 7 for 28, 25%, 18 of 28 in the money with an ROI of 246. This horse was good, fresh, in debut all the way back at Churchill, May of 24. Ran okay, closed up to run second. A horse out of that race that finished behind her. Just won recently at Fairgrounds with a mid-50 number. So I think the company is there. She's had a lot of issues, a lot of trouble in her races. I think a clean trip from the outside. The stamina is there. Good try to back on the scent to stalk and move into it because she's going to have some horses going out there. I think Born Charmer on a brown like Miss Serafina. Some proven speed, even Need a Miracle. Another ride. We're going to need a little bit of patience from Gomez. Drop in a little bit around the turn. I think he can ramp it up 5/16 home and pull a little upset over this 3.
I'm going to go with the 6 Pawtucket Shuffle. We have a trainer stat for trainer Horacio De Paz between March 22nd, March 29th. Barn been hot lately. 5 for 10, 50%, 335 ROI. Pawtucket Shuffle has found the right level, has found the right circuit, and maybe has found the right field. Last time out, it was a slow-paced race. She stayed close, tried to work an inside-out trip. I think in this bigger field, there's going to be a lot more pace. You're going to take her back. You're going to make one run, and this might be the spot finally for Pawtucket Shuffle.
Agreed. I could see her and the 9 kind of running as a team, say from the 3A's full home.
Thoughts on Riley's Crybaby? This horse raced only once last year at Timonium. It was a 4-furlong race. She showed good early speed. She got banged around a little bit. Now she's going to have to do this off of a long layoff. But you know something? She's got a little bit of a sneaky pedigree. She's a half to Tam Char, who we'll see earlier in the day. She's pretty quick from the gate, and she's going to be fresh.
And she could like a little bit of moisture in the track if the rains do come a little bit earlier. Irish War Cry, very good. Their runners on the off going, but yeah, pretty decent to draw. 23 and the 47 for the half. Camping Promises out of there. Yeah, Tam Char, Barb's Gray Lion, some proven horses at 6. Yeah, she breaks sharp. She's right on the dead scent. See how far they can go.
Keith's going with an angle. It's been really good at Laurel Park recently. Synth to Dirt, 9-3-6-5. I'm going 6-3, 2 and 4 in race number 6. Race number 7 is coming up next. 6 furlongs. The purse is $41,000. These are some nice 3-year-olds. 40 down to 32. The 3 Fear Nothing is the favorite. Let's start with Fear Nothing. We've got a video spotlight for the morning line favorite.
This is going back December 14th, and this horse was really kind of turned a corner between October 25th, November 15th. The numbers dramatically improved. A 70 buyer, 2 back, 63. This particular day, wide makes the move into it. Divide in between now past the quarter pole. Willing enough effort, you know, you're looking at that number, 63 Chipotle out of that race. That's the Gorham runner, came back to win Chipotle down inside, but Fear Nothing, willing enough. It's not easy, you can get frazzled and fried with that long battle in between, but I tell you what, he holds quite well to the wire over the top Kernis K. Back with Lasix for Hammy, in for the 40. Good works leading into this.
The only concern is really the layoff in this race because we haven't seen him this year, but he earned a 70 buyer speed figure as a 2-year-old. And then you look at Hammy's numbers off the layoff. First after 2 to 4 month layoffs, 4 for the last 19, 21% positive ROI. That allays fears. So Fear Nothing is just the horse to beat based on figs. Lasix on for the first time. Just has a lot of angles, figures to take a good amount of money. Let's talk about Mission Artemis. I think this horse is dirtied up coming into this race.
Yeah, I'm taking maybe a little bit of a shot. In now for the tag, first time for the tag, but went fast last time. Those internals, 23, 147, 1 the mile into 16. It was like a scramble into that first turn. A lot of jockeying for position, horses steadying. This one emerged with the lead, but I think just went way too fast. Took the pressure to the half-mile pole, faded 5/16. Showed a little willingness past the 3/16 just to pack it in late, protected. But turning back in distance, second Lasix with some speed to target. Fear Nothing, Tiny Lake, I think are going to be out there. I got the right kind of rider. Hey, X-Man, fine. I mean, he rode this horse okay a couple races back. And last time, I can't really fault the ride. But this is a horse I think that fits. If he doesn't do it today, though, I'm going to be a little bit concerned. So I think it's an all or nothing for Mission Artemis off the pace.
Mission Artemis was good enough to finish second to Omaha. Omaha
Yes.
3 starts back. That
With
horse
trouble.
is running in the Wood Memorial today. Then they ran him in the Maryland Juvenile against Tony Eclipse and Barbadian Runner, 2 of our better 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
He's overmatched that day. Draw a line there, and you're absolutely right about the last race. Simply went too fast early, and the winner of that race, Just a Fair Shake, I know is nominated to stakes all over the place in the next few weeks. This horse fits, and this horse can get close to the pace despite cutting back in distance. Tiny Lake is another horse that can get close to the pace, and that's my top selection in this race. Tiny Lake last time out, I think turning back to 6 is going to help. They tried this horse at 7 furlongs. They went the opening quarter in a very reasonable 23-3, but then they quickened it up to a 23 second quarter, and Tiny Lake was battling for the lead. I think this quick second quarter and the 7th furlong got Tiny Lake, who still finished ahead of Artillery Gunner, who came back to win with a 61 buyer.
Horse got some good seasoning under its belt. The last 4 races, all very good. Doesn't mind being thrust into the flow and will battle you. I think Night Preacher, another horse that keys up against Hot Stott, who beat Tiny Lake last time in improving sort for Bayon, is Hot Stott. Night Preacher, Villalobos is getting along with this one. That 2-back kind of got a little rough there, working outward for room when blocked. Probably a little frustration setting in at the 3/16 or past the 3/16. But I really liked the ride last time. This horse has learned how to rate and finish. Worked out from behind horses 4 wide and rolled right on through. Powered away with something in reserve, I thought, the last 50, 60 yards. This horse is trending in the right direction. Would not surprise me in the least to get good po and finish here for Salzman Sr. Right.
Yeah, hoping for a little bit of pace as he got last time out, but you're right, this horse has a lot of upside potential. Let's move on to the first leg of our late daily double. Race number 8 going a mile and a 16th. That's a feature. First level allowance for fillies and mares 3 and up. $49,000 is the purse. We got a field of 7 in here. Your top selection in here is Dixie Groove. The 2, J.G. Torrealba, takes the mount on Dixie Groove.
Back and forth between Dixie Groove and Rousing Express, and they couldn't really bring 2 different styles of racing, right, to the table today. I like both these horses to key around. I'm going to use both of them top and bottom, Dan, in my exacta box. So let's talk about Dixie Groove. Last time, I did not watch that race. I didn't get to it, but, you know, when you see a winner draw off by 14, I'm just thinking maybe it wasn't a track she completely cared for. A couple other ones really liked. But you know what, hedging into that, a couple races off the claim, the 2-back and 3-back, tried getting wins. This horse can sustain and doesn't need the biggest of duels or speed to set things up. This horse sustains long runs, and we've got a jock in here that when he comes to Laurel, you better pay attention. Alicio Ruiz.
Torrealba today, though.
Oh, that is?
Torrealba,
Oh,
yes.
Then scratch my stat. That's the one I missed. I don't like the horse anymore, Dan. Now I'm still going to take the horse. But I think with Torrealba, okay, he's going to learn. Maybe gives my man Ruiz a call, say how to ride this mare. But I tell you what, I think she's fine. This is a trainer that's hitting at a very good clip this year. You got Gilda's Girl, I think, has got to be forward, along with Sister Supreme. Rousey Express does her best work kind of tracking and forward as well. I think things get a little bit heated up, a little contested past the 3/8. Look for Dixie Groove to reel him in. Look at that race, 3 races back, 8 back at the 8th pole to get up.
Yeah, you're right. There's a chance this pace could get hot. I'm hoping that Gilda's Girl, my top pick, might be able to rate a little bit. There was no excuses last time for this horse.
Right.
Speed-friendly track, reasonable fractions. Gilda's Girl went to the lead, couldn't hold off the winner. I think Gilda's Girl's better around 2 turns. She's getting 2 turns here. I think Gilda's Girl is better with some pace to run out. With Sister Supreme in here, she might have a target. We also have a stat for Gilda's Girl. Mike Giral is claiming to allowance for the last 8, almost a $3 ROI. Gilda's Girl's solid. I'm not sure how low I would want to go on the tote. This is a race where I would use a few others, including Rousey Express.
Yeah, I agree. Going back to Gilda's Girl, I agree with you completely. I don't think she's as fast as Sister Supreme. I think Sister Supreme's going to go ahead and go, and Gilda's Girl has run well with a target before.
Rousey Express repeating the second off the layoff move that worked for her in the past.
Yeah, and a little switcheroo, right? I mean, you got J-Rod now going back. He's familiar with Rousey Express. I think Rodman likes this one as well. Might be his top selection. I have to go back to the website to check. But Rousey Express, I think, second off the bench, a little similar to Uncle Irish. These horses can run close to the pace and finish, I think you're going to see a much improved performance today.
Speaking second off the bench, Magically Vanished is a strong contender in this race. I thought this horse ran very well first off the long layoff, bobbled a little bit at the start, wide going into the stretch, and just got a little bit tired when finishing second to Miss Ellery. I think builds off of that effort and is tactical enough to stay close to the pace. Is there a chance Sister Supreme shakes loose, or is Gilda's Girl just going to go after her early?
I don't know. I don't think Toledo wants to go with her early. I think he wants to kind of just rate just off of it. Sister Supreme to me is definitely, all things being equal out of the gate, she's quicker, and then let Gilda's Girl go ahead and try to spy and move into it.
2745 for Keith, 4625 for me as we head to the finale on our Saturday card. 5.5 furlongs, maiden claimers 12.5 down to 10. Maryland breds eligible for the $15,000 price. We've got 7 in this race. You're going with Paperback Edition. We've got a video spotlight featuring Paperback Edition, and She's a Gem.
Yeah, She's a Gem only had one race under her belt. This is it. You're going to see her highlighted. A little trouble out of the gate. Broke a little flat-footed and then a little bit of a bump right here in between horses. More so the inside horse just maybe drifting a touch. You know, each kind of making their own kind of problem here. But She's a Gem's going to go ahead and make a little bit of an inside bid to challenge Paperback Edition. Now 2 wide. These two head-and-head around the turn. She's a Gem going to get the better of Paperback Edition into the lane and shakes clear, looks home, but can't quite hold on.
It was really a good race, especially for She's a Gem in this race, because you saw the early problems, and then she rushed up along the rail and had to do a lot of work. Now, she's going to put Paperback Edition away, but I think she's just feeling the effects of it being her first start and having to work hard that second quarter. That being said, how many times have we seen first-time starters like She's a Gem, who are obviously live and cranked up to win first time out, regress second time out? So you think Paperback Edition could turn the tables?
I think she could. And maybe she gets out a little bit better as well and kind of secures the inside. They went pretty quick there, that shorter run. If she can kind of beat her to the turn a little bit with catch a little breather, I think she's going to have some fight here with the X-Man.
Hopefully they won't duel each other into defeat as they did last time out. I have a feeling Sarah Del Fabro will be very aggressive with She's a Gem. Curious to talk about this first-time starter. Skitley Dat.
Yeah.
Skitley Dat was bought back for $1,000 as a weanling. And this one is by No Never No More. First foal out of a dam. Multiple stakes placed on turf. Fourth dam. Grade 1 winner on turf. Maybe this horse is just prepping for turf and distance down the road, but it's not like she's finding the toughest group.
We talk about the year Bobby Leaf had last year, and boy, he had a winner last night at Charlestown. Right, not the toughest. You know, Mare 4-time winner. Nothing would surprise me really here in the 9th.
Spirit and Truth.
This
is a horse dropping in class, and this just might be the spot. Listen, I was on Spirit and Truth 2 starts back off the layoff. I thought she ran okay. I was on Spirit and Truth last time out. I was really confident that she would run well. It was a no-hope trip. Completely steadied and pinched back in the first furlong and a half, and then Weston Hamilton wrapped up on her. She gets an outside trip here. She could be spying the speeds with a 3-wide bid. I think she's very dangerous.
Yeah, just nothing like that debut. She hasn't been able to kind of bring it back. Maybe the third time off the bench is the charm for her, right? I think you'll see him get aggressive by the time they hit the 5/16 spoke.
Big class drop works for her. 3-6-7-2 for Keith. 6-2, 3 and 7 for me in race number 9. Best play time, Keith. Where are you going?
I'm going to go race 2, Kieran McGee. I like both his horses a lot today. Maybe race 2 and 3, a little punch of a double. What is that, a 1-1-7? Just hammer that. But, yeah, tops the charts into this barn. I like it. Gets the inside, speed, stamina. Barn that's protecting here. That speaks volumes to me. Gets involved early and stays around.
Well, maybe a bucket of adult beverages will be on the line
here we
for
go.
our plays in here, because my play, race 2,
head to
number
head.
4, Sagrada Ray. Let's get the jump on Keith's top selection, turning for home, and hopefully Sagrada Ray can take them home as well.
Get ready, Karen, down at the pizza stand. Come on now.
This is going to be a fun 9-race card today. I think there are some great wagering opportunities. I really kind of like some of the prices that you've picked up. 20 minutes to post to race number 1 at Laurel Park. Our friends Callie Francois, Mackenzie Pfeiffer, Dave Rodman will take you through the day. Let's go up to the voice of the Preakness, Dave Rodman, for scratches and changes.
All right, good luck.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Laurel Park with 20 minutes to post time. Track condition fast. Temperature in the low 60s today. Light winds out of the southeast. Here's a look at your Laurel Park program changes for our 9-race card. In the first race, number 1, Morning Thoughts. Jockey Jevian Toledo. Jevian Toledo on the 1, Morning Thoughts. Second race, no changes. Third race, scratch number 2, Pilota Comete. Scratch number 3, Winning Trip. Number 4, Blabayam is 3 over. Scratch 5, Karma's in the house. Fourth race, no changes. No changes in the fifth. Sixth race, number 2, Riley's Cry Baby, owned by BNC Stables. Number 9, Indies Universe, jockey Kevin Gomez. Kevin Gomez on the 9, Indies Universe. Seventh race, all clear with no program changes. Eighth race, 3 Divining Smile is 2 over. Ninth race, no changes. 18 minutes to post time. Track is fast. Value pick 5. 12% takeout. The value pick 5 plays. Early and late. Chesapeake pick 6. Starts in race 4 today. And a reminder, we do have a mandatory payout on the jackpot. Super high 5. Mandatory payout race 6. So the carryover $4,150. Jackpot high 5. "17 minutes to post time. Good luck today at Laurel Park." Also going back today to the 8th race, number 2 Dixie Groove. 8th race, 2 Dixie Groove. Jockey JJ Torrealba on the 2 Dixie Groove in race 8 today.
Saturday fun here at Laurel Park in Maryland. I am Callie Francois, joined by Mackenzie Pfeiffer. We had a fun card yesterday. We started to get some prices as the day was rolling on. It started off a bit chalky, but